Okay.
Well, I have got a story to tell you. Last evening, I went and decided to go see my late grandmother. I think she's still alive, but anyway, I went to see her just to make sure. The garden path is rather overgrown. And I decided to go. I just dressed up beautifully in a little tank top. No, actually, it wasn't a tank top. It was a T-top. Oh, it was gorgeous. It was this special material that makes you feel luxurious and warm and almost sexy. Well, here I am, and I open the rusty garden gate, and it goes. I was like, ooh, somebody needs to put some oil on that thing. It's awfully squeaky. And I'm thinking, I'm sure, but maybe my grandmother was dead. I wasn't sure. It's been not used for so long, and my mind has just slipped me. I think it's the early signs of Alzheimer's. I'm not sure. But anyway, so here I am, and I've got my T-top on and my little boy shorts. Oh, they're the cutest little things you ever saw. They almost have that uplifting feeling. So I go through the gate, the dandelions as I'm walking with my Ralph Lauren flip-flops. The little seeds are just fluttering as I'm walking through the dandelions on the garden path. Well, I get up to the cabin. Where's she? I'm sure she is. And I'm like, The walk-in was awfully sluggish. Well, I get up to the steps, and they're rickety old steps. And I was nervous. I just had to jiggle them a little bit to make sure that they were okay. But I smelt this awful, god-awful odor. I was like, my good Lord, it's god-awful. What do you suppose that is? Well, I get to the rickety steps, and I just got ready to step on the first step, and out of nowhere there was a shot of this animal, and I didn't know what it was, and it scared me. Well, my heart went a pitter and a pattering, and I was almost passed out. I was like, oh my good Lord, have mercy! Oh! Well, I looked over, and I had let out this god-awful screech. I had this instant lightheadedness, and I glanced over, and it had been a raccoon. Had made refuge underneath my late grandmother's old rickety steps. And I think it had babies. Oh my God. I still sweat and tremble just thinking about it. And then I smelt the smell, and sure enough, I took a quick glance. The place was mounded up with feces, and there was a baby's nest under there. And I didn't know what to do. And just as I saw these beautiful little raccoon babies, I thought an instant mind thought was, I suppose I could take one of those home and train them as my own little pet. It'll be just like having a cat. Well, I was so nervous, but at that time, the mother had tried to return because she was worried about her babies. And just as I'm bent over there and trying to scoop up a beautiful, precious young infant, this raccoon mother come up and took her claws, and she ripped my boy's shorts. I was, oh my God, for sure I have rabies. So anyway, I said, I've got to get out of here. So I ran as fast as my little legs would take me. And I got back to the car as fast as I could, and I put it in drive, and I spun out of there as fast as I could, empty-handed with no raccoon pups. And I ran to the veterinarian's clinic, where I passed out in glee. come to find out, the tests come back, I didn't have rabies. But I have these god-awful scratch marks on each cheek. Oh, and it's hard to sit. I have to sit on one of those donuts when I'm sitting at work or at home because the gouges in my flesh, in my buttocks, are just terrible. But anyway, so now I'm dealing with raccoon digs, and I'm hoping they heal soon. So I just hope that they're going to go away shortly. I got the polysporin, and I'm hoping that somebody could bring over me some polysporin. Anyway, that's my end of my story for today. Thank you for listening.